I can read, but I can't understand. I was like, madam, hapana unafaa kusign, masaa zinaenda. I was like, yo, wait. My partner has just stepped out. Give him a few minutes. He'll be here. He can read it on my behalf. And I can sign. You know, when he says that it's okay, I can sign. I will sign. Sawa. Hapana madam, unajua masaa zinaisha and we need to do this as fast as possible. Yani mpaka wako like, ndio mtoto pia asichoke huko ndani. Hey! Emily kusikia mtoto asichoke. Sure. I signed. Kusign tu, wanapitana sure na Mbabs. Mbabs is like, I hope hizo si makaratasi umeletewa kusign. I was like, ni makaratasi nimeletewa kusign. Kwa nini umesign? Nimeambiwa ni sign. But nilikwambia usisign kitu kama siko. Waliniambia niharakishe juu daktari ashaingia kwa nini? Kwa theater na mtoto asichoke. Really? Nurses, really? Did you have to do that to me? Anyway, see, it was done. Tungefanya, it was done. Hey, nurse came, like, we need to go into the room. Daktari ako tayari. I held hands with Mbabs and I said a short prayer. I just mumbled words. I can't remember what I prayed about. All I remember saying was a big amen. And before I went even into the theater, I asked Mbabs to call my dad and just tell him that I am going into surgery in the next few minutes. Maybe that call was so funny. He was like, hello, am I speaking to Mr. Musyoka? My name is Paul Swagi, and I just wanted to let you know that your daughter Emily is being taken in for surgery. As in, surely. That was just a very funny introduction. But okay, it was funny to me, like, yo, sasa hivi ndio utakuja kujua mtu kwa phone call ati yo mtoto wako anaenda surgery. But yeah, nipo alisema just in case anything would have happened, at least angekuwa akijua. So yeah, wakaongea. I don't know what they talked about, but yes, the nurse took me to the theater. Babs was behind me, told me to be strong. I was shaking from the prep room to the theater. Yani, I couldn't even walk properly. My legs were shaking. Nikapanda kwa bed ya theater. And yeah, I sat. And the doctor told me to stay still because they were injecting me at the back injection. Mi sitaki kusema vitu hapa na ikuwe najiaibisha. Please, I'm not a doctor, but when you're wamepitia C-section, wanajua hiyo sindano ya hapa kwa mgongo. And if it goes wrong, if it goes wrong, you know what's gonna happen, guys. I see you're smart people. Yeah, so that was actually being in the theater was the most, should I say, tragic or horrible or whatever moment in my life. I was so scared. I was so scared for my life, and I was shaking so much. Now, when I was seated, when the doctor was injecting me at the back, I think it's a spinal injection or something. And it's not painful as people say it is. It's not even painful. It wasn't painful. So I was shaking because I was scared that I'm going into theater. I didn't know the outcome of the whole procedure. And I was also shaking because I'm shaking. You know, like, I didn't want the injection iende pabaya. Like, yo, guys, I was shaking because I was hey, kadungwa sindano, I lied down and wakangoja sindano ikick in. My feet got numb, and I remember immediately after the injection, I started feeling so weird. I was feeling lightheaded, and my heart was beating so fast, like, yo, ilikuwa inabit nika inataka kutoka. And I remember calling the nurse, and I was like, hey nurse, misi feel poor. And she asked me what the problem was, and I told her how I was feeling. Imagine she laughed and went, like, surely. Then she came back dressed in those two scrubs. Then she tells me it's normal. And I was wondering, so why were you laughing? Honestly, why is... Speaking of this, just makes me so mad. But yo, anything for you guys. I need to source for content. Yeah, so surgery kaanza. I was shaking the whole time. I was like, I was shaking so much. And yeah, you're not supposed to sleep. Those doctors were keeping me company kwa kunipigia story. They were engaging me, like asking me questions. Yeah, they were very friendly. Well, the one who dungad me was quite an old person. Not quite, he was an old mbaba. Yeah, someone the age of my father, by the way. Then the one who was performing the surgery was quite young, but they were very friendly. So yeah, I remember the old guy asking me, "Msichana, mbona unaogopa hivi?" And I was like, you guys didn't even give me the chance to prepare myself. I mean, it wasn't an emergency. My child was okay. My child was perfectly fine. It wasn't an emergency. You guys would have just booked me in for a CS kesho yake. Hata kama ni saa 5 asubuhi. Me, I didn't mind. Lakini 5 mnanifanyia scan alafu mnaniambia saa 1 niingie surgery surely. Hata wewe mwenyewe unaweza feel aje? Ati lakini unajua daktari akikwambia unafaa kufuata, like okay, yes, when the doctor says something you need to follow, but sometimes these doctors are not always right. How many people have been misdiagnosed out here now? Probably they've passed away for vitu zenye zingekuwa controlled if they had gotten the right diagnosis. Acha kuogopa msichana, everything will be alright. I may try to calm down, but I couldn't. Like, I tried to look at the bigger picture of looking forward to seeing my child, but I just couldn't calm down. It got to a point when I asked the doctor performing the surgery, and I was just like, please be very honest with me. Am I going to die? Because where me venye nilikuwa na feel, but then me thought I was just going to die. And it was like, no, why would you think that you're gonna die? Like, me venye na feel, I have never felt like this ever before. I have never been in so much fear ever in my life. As in, just tell me, am I going to die? I was like, no, you're not going to die. Then I told him, I know, probably if I'm going to die, you won't tell me so that nisikufe moyo. So, if I'm going to die, please, let me just get the chance of seeing my child, then poof, I just go in peace, knowing that I have seen my child. He just looked at me and told me to have faith. I'm like, okay, sawa, I won't die, but I feel like I'm going to die, but anyway, let's just have faith. So yeah, surgery was performed, and my baby cried, my baby crowed. Yeah, she was fine. She was a whole 4 kgs baby girl. 8 p.m. Yes. My baby was yanked out at exactly 8 p.m. on the 7th of March. And my babs called me a rock star. Yes, I'm a rock star. I bathed a whole child. Amidst all that shaking and panicking, I'm a rock star. Rock star. Bam. So yeah, wow. Just seeing my child for the first time. Gosh, it was such an moment for me. It was such an emotional moment for me. But I couldn't even cry because these guys were not yet done with the surgery. As I thought seeing my child would make me calm down and like take things a bit more easy, but nothing. I think I shook even more. Nilitetemeka, my friend. Kama kungekuwa na awards za kutetemeka hiyo siku, mimi ndo ningepewa award ya kutetemeka, by the way. So yeah, they cleaned up my child, wakanimalizia surgery, and they wheeled me back into the recovery room. And I didn't know after giving birth what to shake. So you can imagine the shaking that I had throughout the surgery. Sasa hii shaking ingine imeingia. Now that is when I knew it is over for me on this earth. I was shaking so much, yani pakata, like this man Mbabs haonyeshangi akiogopa. But then I saw him on that day. He was like, oh my god, what's happening? Like I saw should I call it fear? And nikisema fear atakuwa like, no, you didn't see fear. Like he was concerned. Like that was his real face of concern. Pakata, he's from a family of doctors. Watu wamesomea udaktari, so he knows these things. So hata yeye mwenyewe anajionaga daktari. So yeah, kama hapanic, mimi sita panic. So when I saw the face of concern on him, and I was like, where is done. me, I'm going. So he even asked the nurse, yo nurse, ni nini mbaya, mbona anatetemeka hivi vyote? Nurse ako like, mfunikeni, wakanifunika, but I bado, they brought me another second blanket, my friend, akinilitetemeka. Guy. Hey. So I remember he was calling people, telling them that I had already given birth. I remember telling him, call my dad. Let me speak to him. Then he was like, tulia kwanza, like, wache kutetemeka. Let's see, like, kama uta feel poa, wache kutetemeka so that you can call him. And I was like, no, I just need to talk to my dad. At that moment, talking to my dad probably would have made me feel better. I don't know. But I was shaking so much. And yes, he called my dad. And I was like, Dad, nimejifungua. I was shaking back, and I was like, Dad, nimejifungua na tetemeka. I was just telling him everything that I was experiencing. He sounded so yeah. Like, okay, sawa, we will talk in the morning. You just rest. Yeah. So eventually, by the way, kutetemeka iliisha, and my baby was brought. And yes. So why I'm saying I had a bad experience with them is, yes, they coaxed me to signing documents in my confused state of mind. That was very wrong of them. They just took me to the delivery room and pimad me how dilated I was without even telling me what they wanted to do. Like without even informing the person I came with to the hospital. You know, they even asked me, umekuja peke yako? And I was like, no, I'm with my partner. Badala watuite si wote watuambie chenye wanafaa kufanya. Wanafanya tu vitu zao venye wanajisikia. Haya. So now I wanted to get a private room. I didn't want to be in the general ward. So one of the nurses had that. I was talking to Mbabs, asking him the procedure of getting a private room. I think the nurse overheard us, and then she was like, "Mnaenda tu, you just pay at the end of your stay. That isn't covered in the NHIF card. You pay that privately." Like, okay, sawa. And then she's like, "Na by the way, mbona unataka private room?" And I was like, yo, I want a private room because I want a private room. Why do you want to know why I want to be in a private room? I mean, don't I have the right to be in a private room? Ati, madam, sio ni pesa tu unaweza jiwekea usave. Yo, who asked for your opinion? Madam, who asked for your effing opinion? You're not the one who's given birth. I'm not using your money. So why do you feel so, why do you feel so entitled that you can make decisions on my behalf? I wanted to be in a private room. Did I tell you that I have financial issues that I couldn't pay for my private room? Hala. Ati ni vizuri ukikaa kwa general ward ukae nao mama wengine. Mimi sitaki kukaa nao mama wengine, mimi nataka kukaa peke yangu na mtoto wangu. What's your problem? The hell? So yeah, my room was prepared. I was supposed to be taken to my private room the following day. The following day. So I was supposed to lie on the bed for 6 hours straight without lifting my head, without moving. So the whole time I was really crossing my fingers that my baby doesn't wake up, because she slept. She was asleep when she was brought to me. So I was really praying that she doesn't wake up. Yeah, because how could I breastfeed her? As in, I had so many questions. And then, the moment the anesthesia wears out, the pain you feel mahali the incision was made, yo guy, hi we enye siku mimi nilipitia. And then the anesthesia wears off. The nurse is supposed to inject you with a painkiller, but then the nurses are not hapo karibu, and the recovery room doesn't even have a bell, so you have to shout out the nurse's name ndio akuje. And then shouting, like unajua, you're projecting your voice from inside. So hiyo place bana una feel uchungu, so unashangaa guy una feel uchungu kitana, you need like immediate assistance, upewe painkiller, but these guys are not even there. Unasikia tu wakipiga story kwa kikulana high five na wakicheka cheka huko, but hawezi kuja kudunge sindano ya uchungu. Yeah, so ukitaka kujua ni hospitali gani, kama ni best yangu unajua ni hospitali gani, and I wouldn't advise anyone to go there. But funny enough, there's a friend of mine who went to the same hospital and she got a very good experience, and me, I got a work experience, and I'm like, why? I would commend them for the surgery. They did a very good job. I healed perfectly fine. They did a very good job with the surgery. But service, work, service mbaya sana. So yeah, we slept through the night. At 6 a.m. the nurses came. They removed the catheter. At least that it wasn't painful to remove the catheter. They removed the catheter, and yeah, it was time to go to my room. So you can imagine, a surgery was performed on me in like, is it 12 hours ago? Is it 12? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 or 11 hours ago. As in, and getting out of bed, by the way, was a struggle. I remember even holding the nurse's hand, ndio nisimame. Yeah, it was a struggle. I mean, I was in so much pain. So I was expecting to be wheeled into my room, but walinitembeza. Okay, I don't have a problem with kutembezwa. Maybe some form of exercise so that you uzoe kutembea, you know, usikae tu umekaa kila wakati. That's a bit understandable. But now the worst part was, alikuwa ananiharakisha. Atiwe madam, harakisha ama unipate mbele. And she was with my child, and I was like, my friend, hakuna mbele unaenda na mtoto wangu, unatembea hapa kando yangu. If you need to go ahead, please give my child to the nurse who's behind me, take my bags and take them to the room. You're not going anywhere mbele with my child. So yeah, she looked at me and she decided, yeah, aliona yenyewe mimi ni mkali. You know, amid hiyo uchungu yote, bado nilipata nguvu ya kukua mkali. But wenyewe kwa mkali ni poa, at least watu wa get chance ya kukukalia. Hebu imagine kama angeenda na mtoto wangu and then probably apotee naye. Okay, yes, I'm not supposed to overthink, but at that point una overthink, like, mbona mtu anataka kwenda na mtoto wako, you're not there, mbona sitembe na wewe hapa, what's the rush for? I mean, I'm just fresh from surgery. Nipeleke pole pole. You're not even providing a wheelchair for me. Kama unataka nitembe, enda na pace yangu. I mean, siwezi tembea haraka venye unatembea. You're normal. Hakuna kitu umefanyikiwa. Mimi nataka kufanywa surgery. So yeah, tukaenda kwa room and yeah, tukakaa. Yes, and yeah, walikuwa kuja na nidunga injections, blah blah blah, wakanifunza ku breastfeed mtoto, how to latch the child properly on the breast. And that nutritionist was rude as fuck, and I don't know why she was rude, by the way. Sijui kama alikuwa nasikia vibaya kunifunza nikiwa peke yangu, na sasa ametoka kufunza a group of people, probably yote na amenifunza peke yangu angekuwa anafanya something else. But I mean, what are you being paid for? So unalipwa kufunzana wa mama kunyonyesha watoto, mbona mimi unanifunza na ma attitude? But anyway, my child and I got the hang of it. Akanyonya vizuri, and yeah, tukaendelea na maisha. The reason why I wanted a private room, by the way, was because the advantages of being in a private room, your guests get to stay longer compared to the general ward. And because of COVID times, you're not allowed many guests. So I knew that if guests were coming in, most likely it would be my mbabs. And I just wanted him to spend time with me. Like, alikuwa anakuja mid-morning, by the way. 11, 12, hapo ashafika, and we would spend the whole day. He'd leave my room at around 7 or 8 in the evening. And that's what I wanted. I just didn't want... I didn't want to be with strangers. I wanted to be around people I know, people I love, people who will take good care of me. My friends also came in. Big up to you, Sharon and Rachel. They came to visit me. I spent quite a lot of time with them. Tulipiga story ata, yeah, they made me forget hizo experiences mbaya mbaya nilikuwa nazo kwa maana I just couldn't wait to get discharged, because that was a hellhole bana. But we move. Life moves on. Yeah, I was discharged 3 days later, and I'm grateful that my child was delivered safely. But every other thing about that hospital I totally hated, from how the nurses were treating me. Like, I mean, kuanza kuniambia hapo that I shouldn't take a private room, and I also didn't like their meals. At least Mbabs used to bring me soup and meat, in as much as I didn't even eat that meat. You know, mpaka hata alikuwa anishangaya, unakata nyama. I mean, I just couldn't. Sikuwa na appetite, but I tried to eat hapa na pale, and I was so glad to leave the hospital. Very glad to leave the hospital. And yeah, guys, so that was my birth experience at a certain hospital that I won't mention, and I rate them service-wise 0.5 out of 10. But the surgery-wise, I give them a 10 over 10. They did a very, very, very good job. I healed bila mashida, like I healed perfectly fine, and my child is also fine. So yes, that was my birth experience. And I don't know about you guys, have you ever experienced such nurses? I mean, nurses who feel like they need to be involved in your decision making process. I mean, why? Yeah, so guys, we've come to the end of this vlog, and please subscribe to my channel, guys. Please, we're on the road to 100 subscribers. Funny enough, from the how do I call it, insights, YouTube insights, most of the viewers have not subscribed to the channel. And guys, subscribing is free. It is totally free of charge, as in ni hapo tu ka red button kameandikwa to subscribe. You can also click onto the notification bell so that when I release a new video, you're informed in real time. So yeah, guys, we've come to the end of this vlog. Thank you so much for keeping it locked to the mom spot. See you on